Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Well, I don't believe I have made a Blood Moon video yet for this base. So, let's do that. And I did make some significant changes here, so this will definitely be, well, I want to say it'll be interesting, but it might actually just be pretty boring cuz yeah, I haven't seen anybody else on the server in a while, so I pretty much gave up on that. So these were full of books, and that's empty. But that's empty too. I got to the point where I was having to use this for overflow, and here's why: because I don't use 9 millimeter, and I hadn't been selling it. I was just stockpiling it, and this thing was completely full. Same with the shotgun ammo. I was just hoarding it, and yeah, it wasn't doing me any good. So I built a bunch of turrets. The problem is that it's day 77 and I still only have 5 solar cells. Not a six among them. Just five average, whatever, crappy. So yeah, no sixes. I'm not getting a whole lot of max output with these 113 watts, but that did get me thinking, and I should have probably realized this like the first week or two in, is that if I'm only using them on horde nights, it doesn't matter because those cells, those solar cells will still charge these batteries all the way if I'm not using, if I'm leaving the turrets powered off. So if I have a bunch of turrets, this should get me through a single night without any difficulties, depending on how much power I'm drawing. So, yeah, even if I don't have enough output directly from the solar panels, that doesn't matter. So overnight I'll be using some turrets and it'll probably drain, you know, I would guess half to most of the battery juice here. And you can tell how depleted a battery is by, like the little purple lines here. Those are actually indicators. So it'll slowly creep down as each battery gets drained. And you can also tell by the sell price of the battery if you leave a bunch of stuff running and say it was sucking the juice out of these batteries right now, you would see this go down from 880 to 879, 78, 77. It would just constantly just go down. So on that note, if you happens to have a generator or a bunch of solar cells or whatever, um, yeah, if you wanted to make money from batteries that you looted to get the most for your uh, to get the most money for your batteries, you'd want to put them inside of a generator or something and charge them up before selling them. The fuller batteries will sell for more money. Or you could just scrap them for lead. Okay, what was I doing here? Getting lost. All right, so every morning before a blood moon, or blood moon morning, whatever, I go through and I do my repairs. I run around the outside. I make sure all my outer turrets are filled up, and those are for the birds. So I've got one on each side. I keep 3 of them down there and one of them up here. That way, there's no crossfire, and I'm not getting this turret wasting its ammo on stuff on the bridge. I don't want that to happen, so I put this one up here. But so I checked all those. I make sure that all my hatches and doors are closed and stuff. Did all that stuff this morning, so we're good. Disconnected the dart traps because I'm trying something new here. The generator bank is still connected, but that's for the outside turrets because those will never be turned off. I mean, I just always leave those on. Um, well, not always. I mean, I should say for Blood Moon nights. So, but this is also powering some of my automatic doors and stuff. But yeah, if I'm ever running low on fuel, I can just turn this off, and it's not a huge deal. But that's what that. So all that's stuff, all the doors and stuff are connected to this. But for the solar, it is connected to this battery bank, and that battery bank is connected to a lot of stuff. So, this will make sense in a sec here. All right, so we got the solar panels connected to this battery bank. This battery bank is connected to that relay, which is connected to that relay, and that relay, which goes down. And you'll goes right here to all this spaghetti ness of wires. I've got so much stuff. Like in real life, this relay just would have exploded, I think. But I kept getting all these turrets as crest rewards because I've been doing the tier 6, 5, and 6 uh, quests as much as possible, which is how I got most of that ammo that you saw in the boxes. And yeah, instead of selling them, I was just hoarding everything, and I decided to go through and empty out a bunch of my boxes and either use or just sell or destroy a bunch of stuff. And what better way to get rid of ammo than to actually use it? So I filled all these up with ammo. The way I have this set up is we've got our relay here, and everything is going through switches. So this top row of SMG turrets is powered right there. So you can see that these are now turned on, these are not. And if I wanted to, I could turn them both on at once. Although I don't suppose you need 8 SMGs going at anything at the same time. I could just turn on the bottom row. And that's what I'll do, basically, I think, is I'll run this, and then once those run out of once those run out of ammo, instead of me having to go mess with all that, I'll flip this one on. And then that brings us to the other side, where we have our shotgun turrets. Same thing here. Top switch turns all these top ones on. Bottom switch turns these bottom ones on. And what are they, 15 each? So that'd be 240 watts. So I don't think I could run all of them at once anyway. Like I could run I could run... go away. I could run these at the same time, I think, with no problem. Let's go check the output there. Oh, okay. That's not helpful. Well, I cannot function today. Oh, okay. Are we drawing exactly 113? That doesn't make sense. We should be drawing at least 120. So I guess it is using the batteries, but not showing me that. I don't understand that. Hmm. Well, hopefully everything will work tonight. So these are both on. So we got 15, 15, 15, 15. That's 60. Oh. So these aren't on. Interesting. I'm pretty sure that in Alpha 20, if you tried to use. Yeah, see, now it works. If you had something connected to a battery bank and you were using more than the generator could produce, or the solar, like the solar generator that I have up there, solar bank, then whatever excess it needed would come directly from the batteries. That was my assumption. Yeah, I'm almost positive that's how that worked in 20. So I don't know why they would have changed that, but I could be wrong. But either way, once nighttime switches over and the solar bank kicks off and the battery bank kicks on, it should let me run two rows at once. Not that I need to, but it should let me do that because yeah, that's only 120 and the solar or the battery bank. Yeah, has so I should be able to turn on all four rows of turrets using just these batteries. Huh. Well, the good thing is that I won't have to stress about that because, like I said, I won't need to use more than one row at a time. And I switched a few things up here. I got so many messages from people who had viewed my last couple of videos saying to try out these other shapes. I mean, and a lot of people messaged me about this. The scaffolding ladder. So apparently, the idea is that you can still melee through them, you can shoot through them, and you can also pick up stuff and repair through them. Speaking of which, I'm glad that came up because it's always good to have repair materials on you during a blood moon. So, we're trying out these scaffolding ladders now, which, I mean, the thing with the bars that I had, like these bars right here, is that you couldn't shoot them if you tried. Like, you cannot hit those bars. You can hit, you know, all the blocks behind them, of course. But with these, you actually can shoot. So you have to be a little bit more careful when you're using the scaffolding ladder thing. And it's not too much different as far as the melee stuff goes that I had over here. You can melee through here, no problem. But you can also hit that. Same with the scaffolding. You can easily hit the scaffolding. The difference, though, is that stuff like cop spit can easily come through here, and it could also go through the bars, no problem. But it is not supposed to be able to get through these scaffolding ladders for some reason. That part I was actually not sure about. A couple people mentioned, yeah, a couple people mentioned it. Um, so I tried a couple things out. I didn't have a chance to try it with the cops yet, but in looking that up, just kind of out of boredom, I actually saw, I believe, yeah, it was a Jaw Woodle video where he tested that out. So, in addition to his video confirming that, and then all the messages I got from you guys, I thought, okay, cool. So I'll find that out firsthand for sure. If there's any cops out tonight, so Another thing I started doing, and I can't believe I didn't even think to do this until just a few days ago in game, is I've been using the night vision so much, um, just because when you're out running around at night and stuff, it's super awesome. In fact, it's you don't even need vehicle headlights when you're using the night vision, because the night vision is actually a lot better. I didn't need it there, but anyway, I was so used to just kind of leaving that on that I forgot all about the nerd glasses. 10% XP gain. So, what level am I? 146. Okay. So, yeah, 10% more XP. Yeah, that would have been at least a dozen levels higher, I believe. I'm not doing math right now, but also, once you get to a point where money's not too much of an issue, every time you go to a trader, stop by the vending machines and see if they have Grandpa's Learning Elixir. You can make it yourself, but it is such a huge pain, especially because it requires super corn, and I just haven't had a whole lot of luck finding any. I got a few, but even then, I didn't want to dump points into the perk for seed bonuses or whatever. So the things that I always buy from the vending machine are the Learning Elixir, the Skull Crushers. Anybody that does any kind of melee stuff should get the Skull Crushers. You don't really need them uh, with a base like this, but my thinking is that with the Skull Crushers, you get 50% extra melee damage, and that's base. If you have the Iron Gut perk, you can actually stretch out the 6 minutes to 9 minutes. I don't think it affects the melee damage itself, but it does affect the timing, which is super helpful. But my thinking in using these is that the faster you kill stuff, the more stuff is going to spawn in and come at you. So you're just going to be getting more and more XP. The faster you kill stuff. That seems pretty simple. So, um, yeah, most of my gear is all repaired, in decent shape. That's gonna get me through no problem. And for the first time in this playthrough, I upped the zombie count on Blood Moon. I've been meaning to do that. I kept forgetting. So I should be getting spawns in groups of 16. So hopefully that won't cause any performance issues. I don't see why it would, but we'll find out. And another thing I'm trying to do is burn through this loose ammo so I can just keep the boxed ammo because, with a basic stack, you've got 150 per stack. But with the boxes, they come in 100 per box. You can stack 5 boxes, so that's 500. So that's almost 3 times more. So as soon as I burn through all this regular stuff, which is easy to do on a tier 6 POI, like I'll actually go through with 2 rows, and sometimes I'll go through almost all of that in a tier 6. But anyway, as soon as I burn through all this, I'll move on to the AP and the high power, and eventually I'll just have a bunch of boxes of ammo. And then I'm still accumulating this stuff faster than I think I'm going to be able to burn through it. So tonight will definitely be an interesting test. Like I said, you can reach through the scaffolding ladder. So that might mean a little bit easier looting, that'll mean repairing, and I won't have to come around here to flip the switches. I can just do it right there. And I mentioned the Iron Gut perk. So, once you get that maxed out, uh, yeah, you have to eat and drink 25% less often. You can hold your breath, which is weird because I don't know anybody that does anything in the water, honestly. But anyway, the big reason for doing this is the buffs from consumables last 50% longer. So, yeah, if you're out there buying all these consumables, you want them to last a little bit longer, of course. So that's a big plus. And that may apply to first aid kits and stuff too. I'm not positive. Or that might just be the doctor perk that does that. Hmm. Or physician, that's the name of it. Okay, yeah, physician. So let's see what else is there to go over for the Horde Night. One thing I was kind of curious about, I haven't had a chance to look it up yet, and if any of you know, you could definitely drop me a comment, and that would be super cool. Is you'd think I would remember where some of this stuff is, but no, I just don't remember things. There's the one for the bladed. Holy crap. Why can I not find it? Oh, yeah. Wow. That phew. I definitely need some coffee, but it's a little bit late in the day for that. Oh. Anyway, this says specialized and uses bladed weapons, and it specifically says not axes, but does that include spears? Because generally speaking, I don't think you would consider a spear a bladed weapon. A spear is just a spear, it's just a sharp stick. But if you look at the spear here, it does look sharp. Like it, looks like it's made out of a blade. So, but I don't know if the game would actually go as far as to mention the nerdy differences between that and like a halberd or a pike or anything like that. I think that's this isn't like a medieval game, so we don't need to be worrying too much about that stuff. But will deep cuts work with spears? That's what I need to find out. Hmm. Well, anyway, I guess it's time to do our consumables. Actually, I just need to get rid of this stuff anyway. And remember, you can do up to 3 stacking effects at a time. So I just took 3 of these learning elixirs. If I take a 4th, it's not going to go past that 27-minute mark that you just saw. So that would be a waste. Only take 3 at a time. I'm going to hold off on the skull crushers for now because we're going to test this stuff out. And I'm not even sure if the learning elixir will combine with the XP that I get from the turret kills. And real quick, that's why you want to do advanced engineering, because you get 75% XP from electrical trap kills. I think in 20 it was only 50% when you maxed out. But yeah, you can get a lot more here. They definitely gave this a boost for 21. Whoa, okay. What is going on? I don't like that at all. I guess we are going to go ahead and get ready for some melee. So far, so good. Yeah, it's easy mode. Now I wonder if any of these bullets are missing and hitting... Ooh. Okay, I might have to move some stuff around after this. Because I think some of that SMG ammo might be coming through and hitting my other turrets. What the hell? What just happened? What?
Incoming enemies. Prepare for conflict.
Okay, I don't know how or why that happened, but, huh. I've got 2 layers of those scaffolding ladders, so nothing should be doing that. I guess it shouldn't be happening even with 1. And it doesn't seem like I'm getting 16 zombies at a time. But maybe I am. Well, it's definitely easy mode. But hey, if you need to get rid of ammo, this is definitely doing the trick. Oh, that's only used about half the ammo.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
What? Shit. I guess I can just relax and go through my inventory.
My senses have picked up something.
So, as far as those ladders go, they're doing a really good job. And I don't know if I pointed that out before. I know that I've mentioned that I put ladders out there, but it's super great. I mean, they're not beating the walls or anything over there.
You know where I'll be if you need me.
All right, that was getting kind of loud. So, one of the great things about the turrets, and I pointed this out in a video that I did back in 20, is that the shotgun and the SMG turrets will not trigger the demolishers. Junk turrets and sledgehammer turrets will. So you won't see me using those because demolishers are definitely the biggest thing to worry about on a horde night. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen any yet, actually. But even if you didn't want to use ammo, like say you just didn't have a ton of ammo to spare, you can still do some similar setup, and then whenever a demolisher comes by, you know, just step back and let the turrets take care of the demolisher. That way you don't set off his button. Because your melee and your guns will set off the demolisher button. So yeah, something to think about. Another great thing about spears, and I don't know if I didn't use them in 20, but If you haven't noticed, pay attention when there's a group, and a spear will go through, and you can actually attack multiple enemies at once with the spear. What is even happening right there? I think I, yeah, I think I might move these two interior walls right here and here. I might move those one block further out. I think that'll solve some of this clipping that they're doing, because they shouldn't be able to walk on top of nothing. Like, what the hell? Why? How is she? Ah, weirdness, weirdness. Alright, let's take a look and see how everything is holding up over here. Yeah, I mean, I guess these will probably survive the night, but they're definitely taking some crossfire. Let's see how those shotguns work. Ah, oh, fucking cops. I mean, freaking cops. I don't know how offended most people will be by my cursing, so I'm trying not to curse as much, but that won't last very long. See if those are taking any damage over here. A little bit. Alright, I guess it's time to do another test. Okay, so my theory about the battery bank. Yep, that was accurate. So, you can use as much power as you need up to the capability of up to the max capability of your battery bank. So, yeah, I've got 3 rows going now. It's pulling 218. Because each of those relays also takes a power or two, and the switches take some power, so... So yeah, as long as you've got a full battery bank, you should be okay. What the hell? Those are out of ammo, so... We really do got to get rid of the shotgun ammo. I've got way too much. So that... that is working pretty well. No demolishers yet, which is actually kind of disappointing. Hmm. That's a lot of cops. But just like those pussies at Uvalde, they're not coming in. That's right. I went there. Seriously, I've never seen this many cops in a blood moon. It's actually going to be sort of difficult to get through all the ammo. I mean, with 4 rows, 2 over here and 2 over there, fully loaded. With those 4 rows of turrets, I don't think that's going to be enough to actually burn through the ammo that they're all loaded with. Like, we made it through 1. But yeah, it's almost 2 o'clock already. And these are still mostly full. And then the other row over here at the bottom is completely full. So that makes me think I could just go build stuff or do some cooking or something and ignore all this. This is definitely easy mode. I have the zombie difficulty set to whatever's the default, but I think I'm going to have to bump that up. And I'm still not positive, but I mean, it seems like I'm only getting waves of 8 zombies at a time. But it should be 16. I'm sure there's some sort of Does it say anything if I hit F1? Does it say how many zombies it spawns? I don't know enough about the console to tell. Well, somebody smarter than me can figure that part out. The question is, can you tell how many zombies are being spawned at once? Yeah, I don't know what half of that stuff is. Alright. No big deal. Holy crap. It is kind of cool. I mean, when it kills the radiated guys before they can even get to you, that's pretty awesome. Oh. Yeah, there's definitely some crossfire damage, but yeah, it's looking like these are going to survive each blood moon night. I will say that all this spear usage has gotten me want to rewatch 300. I'll have to rename my base Sparta and start going by Leonidas. Oh, that was stupid. Oh, what the hell? Oh, plenty of ammo left. Well, that was by far the easiest blood moon I think that I've ever gone through. So we'll just do a little bit of cleanup. And then we'll do some looting, and then we'll check on those batteries, because I'm kind of curious as to how much we used. Oh, wow. The ground floor turrets barely saw any action. Yeah, that's awesome. At some point, I'm going to put some sort of plates so that if I step on them, it'll open this and drop this. That way I don't have to keep manually doing that. But I really got to find some more solar cells. Okay. So we still have more than enough ammo left. Let's kill the power and go check the batteries. Oh, wow. Yeah. That I mean, we didn't even go through 1.5 batteries. That's insane. And now the batteries are going to be charging back up because we turned the power off. You can see where it says that there's 0 watts being used, and that's because the relays and stuff that are still powered on are being powered by the solar bank up there. But the solar bank is going to generate far more power than it's using right now. So, like I said, you'll see this number going up as it's charging. So 542, 543, and so on. So that's how the charging works. The thing I don't quite understand is where it says max output, I don't know how long that is for. So let's say you had a bunch of turrets that were somehow pulling exactly 300 watts. Does that mean that it's good for 300 watts for just one overnight cycle, or a certain amount of hour? I don't understand how that part works. So if somebody does know, please let me know so that I can know. And yeah, I thought I was going to use up way more of that battery power. And at the rate that it's charging, I imagine the batteries will be charged up before this day is even halfway through. So we could have used all those turrets going at the same time if we had wanted to. And now we've got a random wandering horde. I love it. All right, one last thing to check. Yeah, that's a bit more damage than I expected to the blocks themselves. I mean, it's easily fixed with just one steel bar, so it's not a big deal. In fact, you could go several weeks without even thinking about repairing this stuff. It's just my brain will not let me do that. So, let's see. Yeah, so that's not bad. Yeah, these will hold up for Geez, at least 10 Blood Moon Knights without any repairs. That's assuming, of course, that you don't get any demolishers exploding right in your face. But these I'll repair more frequently, just because you don't want to lose your turrets, because they're a bit more of a pain to create or to buy, for that matter.